Good morning. Business Mastery is in the books. My fifth Tony Robbins event in 5 months is in the books. Why do you do so many events, Tim? Well, if you attend one, then you'll know. So, I listened to these stories. We had the CEO of Peloton was on and interviewed yesterday, and I'll talk about that maybe a little bit tomorrow. But all of these stories with all of these CEOs and these incredibly successful people, every movie is a story about going from slavery to freedom. I mean, in every movie, our hero ends up in a situation where it looks like there's no way out. It looks like it's never going to get better. It looks like they're never going to find their way. And then somehow they break through, they drive through, and they find their way. And that's really the story of everybody. And when they do that, now they're on the other side and now they're free. When you listen to people who start these companies, I mean, it's the same thing that they start out and there's this great idea and there's this enthusiasm, but then there's always this abyss. There's always this huge trough of darkness that they have to go through in order to break free. I mean, and if we look backwards, Walt Disney had to go to 302 banks before he found one that would finance Disneyland. And when he did Snow White, he was completely broke. And it looked like the company was going to go away. He'd had the chance to sell the company for some money, but there was no way he was ever going to let anybody ever run that mouse, because the mouse was him. I mean, Mickey was him. He ended up doing the voice. And when he did Snow White, he mortgaged everything. He mortgaged his personal property. He mortgaged everything, and said he was going to do a full-length feature film that was animated. Everybody told him it was crazy, and then of course it all worked out. I mean, Steve Jobs got booted out of his own company. His company was bankrupt for a period. I mean, the only reason that Apple made it was because Microsoft gave him money, loaned him money, and Microsoft loaned him money in order to avoid antitrust litigation with some of their software. They wanted to keep Apple's software going so they didn't have to worry about getting broken up. So all of these companies face this abyss. And so whenever we're doing something significant in our life, we have to expect that we're going to go through the same thing, that there's going to be this period of darkness. There's going to be this period that we have to break through. There's going to be this period where it just looks like it's not going to work out. Because let's face it, if we didn't go through that, if we didn't go through the dark, then the light wouldn't be so great. If you've ever been to Southern California, they look forward to a rainy day because they get beautiful sunshine so much that they're actually tired of it and they want to break. We don't understand that here from the northern Midwest. When we get warm, sunny days, warm, sunny day to us is 54. We're all outside and we're excited. So if you didn't go through that period of incredible darkness, you wouldn't appreciate the light and the freedom at the end of the tunnel. And you wouldn't get the strength to go through the journey. So I'll go through the story tomorrow. It's the Peloton story, just like all these other companies. It's unbelievable. I mean, the story is just unbelievable. The perseverance of these CEOs and these visionaries is just extraordinary. I mean, Elon Musk was down to the last rocket. He had taken everything that he'd made from PayPal. He had put it into Tesla. He'd put it into SpaceX. Tesla was done. Tesla was absolutely done. And then he got another set of angel investors to invest in a company that had not ever gone anywhere and lost tens of millions of dollars. And at the same time, SpaceX had lost 2 rockets. They had one more. And if that rocket didn't work, they were done. And he was done. His $180 million or whatever it was that he got from PayPal was all going to be gone. And they got the angel investors and figured out how to make the car that worked, and then were able to start selling cars. And then the rocket landed, and then they got a huge contract with NASA to use their rockets because it was a better way. There's always this abyss. So be prepared for it. Know that it's coming. And if you're in it, you'll get through it. And there's really, the only way to get past something is to go through it. There's no way. You can't go around it. If you ignore it, it just gets worse. So the only way to get past something is to just drive right through it. So if that's where you are, then that's what you got to do. You just got to drive right through it and get yourself to the end. But when you do, the darker the darkness that you go through, the greater the light feels when you get on the other side. So we're all going to go through it. If you're in it, I'm with you. If you're headed into it, I'm still with you. And if you're past it, then let's celebrate. But either way, that's what life is going to be, and that's what's going to happen. So be ready for it. Tomorrow I'll tell you the Peloton story. Again, it's just amazing. But thanks for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other. Have a great Thursday.